When you think of the Forza brand, you think of sleek, detailed, sim-style racing with stylistic visuals. Those principles have helped to propel the franchise to a level of respect and notoriety amongst the virtual racing community. In 2012, Turn 10, the developers responsible for the Forza Motorsport series branched out to a less simulation-style venture with the release of Forza Horizon for the Xbox 360. It did real well. It had an average score of an 85 on Metacritic. But this year, the series makes its jump to the Xbox One in hopes of extending its own mark on the virtual racing genre and building on some concepts introduced in Forza Motorsport. I've had the game for well over a week, and I've been racing, so let's talk about it. If you saw Forza Motorsport 5, you kind of know what to expect from this one in the way of visuals. The car renders are fantastic, which has pretty much become standard in most racing games these days. Now, however, what does stand out about Forza Horizon 2, as it did with Forza Motorsport 5, is the quality of the backgrounds and the scalings of the environments. Because it's an open world title, this is an especially impressive quality in Forza Horizon 2. For as far as the eye can see, there is a fully detailed world with depth and clarity. It's really quite beautiful. The lighting is spectacular, and it takes most everything into consideration in the world the game creates. Rainbows, puddles of water, buildings, trees, and the shade that they provide are all factors in the virtual mosaic. But last but not least, many racing games skimp on human models because after all, they aren't the stars of the show, this is about the cars. That's not the case in Forza Horizon 2, at least not in the cutscenes. The people look great. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about EA Sports, UFC level quality when it comes to facial and body renders, but it's still pretty good. Even during driving sequences, the people who appear are all animated 3D models. The voice acting is sharp and synced properly, and it helps to give the game some personality. And that's something that's important because most racing games lack just that. These days, gamers are spoiled by above average visuals in most every game. We expect everything to look phenomenal. That's a great luxury, but it can also prevent us from appreciating a beautifully rendered game like Forza Horizon 2. What kind of racing game fan are you? Now, do you prefer straight simulations, hybrid, something purely injected with excitement, or can you appreciate any style of racing game? If the answer to that question is either of the last two, you'll probably love Forza Horizon 2. From a pure fun standpoint, I haven't enjoyed a racing game like this, not since Burnout Paradise and the original Grid. The feeling of speed is phenomenal, but the varying control of different vehicles on multiple surfaces adds the requisite depth to the driving experience. Now, the rumble controllers in the Xbox One have never been more appreciated than in Forza Horizon 2. You can feel the vibrations when accelerating, braking, and crashing. It feels spot on with the action on the screen. It's not just the driving that makes the gameplay stand out though. Several smart, detailed inclusions pushes things to the next level. Anna, she's your automated GPS voice. She comes in real handy. You can use your own voice in conjunction with the Kinect to simply ask Anna, "What should I do? Tell me where to go, Anna." If there's something that I do miss, it's more graphic damage to cars during wrecks. You can run your vehicle into a wall at 160 miles per hour and the impact won't match the collision. I get that this is probably by design because you can actually see your character in the car, so showing like violent crashes that could be a bit scary with a human model at the wheel, but wrecks are a part of driving games, and that aspect of Forza Horizon 2 feels a little bit empty. Now, also in the same vein, car damage seems purely cosmetic. While the vehicle does show wear and tear, it doesn't really affect the way the car drives. That's a bit of a bummer, but it's somewhat understandable considering there are cross-country races where the road is an afterthought. Now, neither of the things that I pointed out detracts much from the overall gameplay, but they're more nice to haves as opposed to need to haves. Perhaps the coolest aspect of the gameplay is the use of the drivatars. That's essentially the cloning of people from your friends list and other gamers online. Their likenesses and driving habits are mimicked and reproduced to ensure that you never race against a CPU-like driver. Now, drivatars were introduced in Forza Motorsport 5, but the idea has seemingly improved in Forza Horizon 2. It adds an identity to your experience and it keeps everything fresh. The sounds of the vehicles are standard, the screeching of tires, etc. It's just all there. It's hard to get excited about that aspect of a racing game though. The music is pretty standard as well, but honestly, I'll likely tune that out or even cut it off altogether after playing deep into the game. What won't go dismissed is the cool punch-ins from your British guide through the town of Horizon. With charm and personality, the guy in the game adds even more personality to the title and helps the cutscenes come to life. The overall presentation of number and text graphics is great. It's hard for me to even quantify when I'm talking about that. You have to see it. The way they emblazon on the screen is really exciting. Forza Horizon 2 does everything big and in your face in this regard, and it's a perfect match for the action. Because the game itself is so beautiful during normal gameplay, there's no need to cut away to some CGI created scene. The graphics are fired across the screen in an exciting and compelling manner that blends in perfectly with the visuals. Forza Horizon 2 keeps you informed of all pertinent information with overlays and non-intrusive pop-ups throughout your gameplay. It never got in my way and it kept me engaged on the mini goals at hand. And one of the coolest diversions is when you earn a free spin for leveling up as a driver. By pressing the X button, you bring up a wheel on the screen that you can spin to win credits or even cars. Seeing the prizes scroll on the screen brings the intrigue of a pack opening in games like Madden Ultimate Team or NBA 2K's My Team. The visual and audio presentation of Forza Horizon 2 simply complements the in-game graphics. Now, what would a racing game be without a large assortment of vehicles to choose from? There's more than 200 cars available, which is not a ton really considering other racing titles have boasted far more. But in an open world title, it's understandable how that total might be kept down. Like in all Forza titles, you'll have the option to customize your vehicle, share it, and even download others' creations. If you've ever seen some of the designs the Forza community creates, you know some truly slick paint jobs is going to be available. At any point in your gameplay, you're allowed to jump online to take on live racers in the Forza Horizon 2 community. Aside from a few visual details, you may not even be able to tell the difference between offline and online racing. That's one of the best compliments you can give a game of this nature. Now, once online, you can take a road trip with your friends, challenge someone to a head-to-head race, or just simply free roam. Because of the nature of the game, there aren't a plethora of modes. Most everything happens within your career mode experience, and it switches back and forth seamlessly. There are several side missions and other fun diversions within that. It creates and maintains a holistic and one-stop shop approach that really works. The bucket lists are one example. Essentially, you'll be given a quick scenario that involves taking an exotic vehicle and completing a speed or driving skill-based task to earn credits. Forza Horizon 2 is designed to be fun, wild, and the crazy brother of Forza Motorsport 5. It clearly accomplishes its goal. The gameplay, visuals, and presentation make Forza Horizon 2 an exemplary title that delivers just about everything one could expect from a non-simulation racing game. Check out the final numbers.